Dear students, in this class I will be teaching you the difference between ustedes and vosotros and tú and usted. Actually, we have seen this many times all through my Spanish course. But I still get many questions from students that want to know when we use ustedes or vosotros, and mainly whether my Spanish course is teaching Spanish from Spain or Spanish from Latin America. So this here I will leave this clear, and I will also give you some additional information. Okay, so first of all, when we talk about Spanish, the language we are learning and the language that worldwide is commonly known as Spanish, technically it is Castilian Spanish. Okay, Spanish, the word Spanish refers to any language from the Kingdom of Spain or from Spain. But Spain has many or several official tongues, right? The main one, of course, is Castilian Spanish, which is the one you're willing to learn, right? The one spoken in Latin America, in most of Spain, the one that is one of the official tongues in the UN, etc. Right? But any of the other official tongues in Spain, like Basque language, like Catalan, okay, and like some other few that are recognized, those are all Spanish also, because they are official languages of Spain. Okay, so what we mean as Spanish, colloquially, technically it is Castilian or Castilian Spanish. Okay, now to make it simple, I'll keep on referring to Castilian Spanish simply as Spanish, okay, as you all know it. Okay, there is even if there is Spanish, a variation of Spanish from Spain and another one from Latin America, it's basically one, right? The differences are very small. It's like English from England and English from the United States, and English from Australia and English from New Zealand, etc. You won't say there are many different English languages. You won't say there is English language from New Zealand and English language from Australia, and then you have English language from United States, right? No, it's just one language with different accents and a preference for one or another word in one or another country. Same as in different regions, you will have a preference for one word or another one, right? Same as in English, you have, in England they use lift, in the United States they say elevator, okay? So in Spanish it's the same, okay? In Spanish there is, depending on the country, there is a preference for one word or another word to address one same thing. Okay, but this is for a very few amount of things, right? So it's nothing to worry about. And then there is one subject pronoun that it differs, okay? For example, in Spain, to address you plural, right? Not you singular, you plural. When I'm addressing you, but a group of people, in Spain they use vosotros, okay? While in Latin America we use ustedes for you plural, okay? It's just that. And of course there is the verb conjugates a little bit differently if you use vosotros or ustedes. For example, if I'm talking to a group of people and they say, you went there, okay? You went there. In Spanish, in Latin America, we would say, ustedes fueron allí. Allí means there. In Spain, you would say Vosotros fuisteis allí. Okay? So the verb conjugates slightly differently whether you use ustedes or vosotros for you plural. Okay? Maybe ustedes would be the easier pick because the conjugation for ustedes is the same conjugation for ellos, for them, for they, right? The pronoun they, which in Spanish is ellos, conjugates exactly the same as ustedes, while vosotros has a unique conjugation of itself. So, I said that in Latin America we only use ustedes, and in Spain they use vosotros. Actually, I should say in most of Spain, because I recently learned something I wasn't aware of, that in Canary Islands and in part of Andalusia, which is a region from Spain, they also use ustedes informally, right? In the rest of Spain, in most of Spain, they would use vosotros informally and for almost all situations, and for a very few formal situations to show great respect, they would use ustedes, okay? So again, Latin America and a few regions or parts of Spain, they just use ustedes and they don't use vosotros. Okay? Now for the singular, you singular. In Spain, as in Latin America, so everywhere, we use tú for the informal and usted for the formal, right? So if I want to address a friend, a relative, somebody younger than me many times, okay, I will use tú, you. While usted, I would use it for my boss, somebody hierarchically much higher than me, a minister, a senator, if I ever happen to talk to one. Usually people, elderly people, to show respect due to their age, and many times simply people we are not acquainted with. So I go shopping, I go into a store or a shop, and I ask something to the salesman or salesperson, and I would usually address him or her as usted, right? Because we are not acquainted. So, tú, informal, usted is formal. Okay? In my course, I always teach you all these pronouns and how they are conjugated. So, you will see that in my course I teach you how they would use the pronoun in Spain and in Latin America. So, you will learn how to use this easily and naturally. So, don't worry about that. So, I said that in Latin America we use tú and usted, sorry. Everywhere in Latin America and Spain, right? Tú and usted, only that tú is informal, usted is formal, right? Everywhere in the Hispanic countries or Hispanic world, if you want to call it that way, okay? Actually, it's almost exact because there is a country, Argentina, where instead of tú for the informal, they would say vos, okay? Vos. Vos actually comes from ancient Spanish, okay? So vos is a remnant from ancient Spanish that has survived and is used in Argentina as simply as tú, as the informal, while in ancient Spanish it was extremely formal, right? So in Argentina then they would say vos for the informal you and usted for the formal you. Okay? And the neighboring country from Argentina, which is Uruguay, which is where I come from, Uruguay, vos is also very much used, okay? Traditionally, we use tú and usted, like all the rest of the Hispanic world, but vos is also very much used as in Argentina, okay? So, well, this is, here I wanted to explain to you the differences and the when and how we use ustedes, vosotros, tú, usted, vos, etc. If you have any questions, feel free to write to me and I'll be happy to reply any of your doubts. So thanks for watching and goodbye.